sound of the CD is really nice and clean, precise, and yet it doesn't project sort of sterile, which is sometimes a byproduct of precision.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, can you talk a little bit about how, in your head at least, you handle getting right and yet getting musical and artistic?
Yeah, there are some different configurations on the CD. So the first recording we did, or the first session, was with the trio, which is just trombone and guitar and bass. And it's Mike Nace on guitar and Andrew Gordon on bass. And basically we didn't rehearse or do anything because we had played a brunch gig for a couple of years together.
So you had that
we had
experience.
those tunes down, and we knew what we were going to play.
Sure.
And so that was pretty easy, actually. We just came in and played, and like we started with Stardust. That was the first tune we did, and I think it's actually the first take.
Really?
That's the one that ended up on the CD. We played it through twice. That was it.
It's interesting how a first take is usually the take, you know, because
and we just played it basically like we do it on the brunch gig. We said, okay, let's play Stardust.
Sure.
You know, so that was fairly easy, actually. And then of course, it's always when you do a recording, you know, you have to set the mic levels, you have to make sure it sounds good, and you know, all that. And it's a little more pressure than, you know, just being out playing a brunch where it's like background music.
Yeah, where people may not necessarily be listening to you.
They're more concerned about the food, you know.
Sure, right, exactly.
You know, get that omelet right.
Exactly.
Then we had some quartet tunes we did with just me and a rhythm section. It was Pam York on piano and Dave Craig on bass and Joel Fulgen on the drums. And these now we you know, with the trio we did standard tunes, but now we had to play originals. So we had a rehearsal. We went over to Joel's house and played through things, and but it was the same thing. It was pretty straightforward. We didn't, you know, we played the tunes. I think we did 2, maybe 3 takes a tune. When we did the quintet charts, when Warren Sneed came in and played sax, because of how the studio set up, we couldn't really. We had to do the horns later. Right. So you know what we did was I came in and played just with the rhythm section and played my part, and then when Warren came in, we sort of redid the horn parts on top of that. But that was just because we couldn't fit everybody in.
Okay. So you had to track.
Yeah, we had to track the horns just because Glenn, the engineer, he wanted to be able to separate.
Do a little bit more control.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly. I mean, the other way of doing it would be like they did in the old days, is put a couple of mics up and the whole band in front of the mics, so everybody can, you know, basically play. But then you get that bleed into the different channels and stuff. And Glenn, he wasn't really.
Well, you know,
he
actually,
didn't want to do
exactly.
that.
And in the old days, I mean, you know, of the old technology recording, I mean, you expected to hear imperfections because of the technology. I mean, now the technology has actually forced the musician, the artist, to be a lot more, you know, perfect. Yeah. You know, and so because it's so clean, and I mean, sometimes that's sort of a detrimental thing.
Yeah, exactly.
To making music.
Yeah, it sounds too clean.
Yeah,
It sounds too sort of studio sound. But I think this one actually sounds, you know, it's not too, you know, studio.
It's not too can sounding.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right, exactly.